Hello, my vanished friends. I thought I would give you a little sneak peek at the Savers haul I got today. I found some really cool vanish items that I wanted to share with you. Because I could also use a little bit of guidance if you have any information about these items. They are a lot of different sizes, and so sorry the camera angles. Did the best I could to make everything fit. And we're shaking the camera. Starting with this, really strange. This was in the Halloween section. I find a lot of unusual, really cool stuff in the Halloween section. It's why I love Halloween time, not just for costumes. They put the craziest things in that section, including this, which is a Game of Thrones Fire and Blood like banner, pointed banner. Is Fire and Blood one of the books? I haven't looked it up yet, but sounds like it. I mean, this is Game of Thrones, right? I mean, I saw the dragon and I saw the eggs and went, okay, Game of Thrones. It's got really nice rivets at the top. I didn't find a tag, so I don't know, but it was $3 and I had 30% off. I don't pick up a lot of Game of Thrones stuff because it used to be really over merchandised and people don't buy it as much as they used to, but I thought that was really unusual, and for what basically ended up being $2, I went for it. This was a fun find, again, in the Halloween section. This is a Wednesday blazer. This is the, not Spirit, the other costume coming. This is a Ruby's costume piece. Not as nice as the Spirit Halloween ones. I have seen ones that have like an actual patch here. So this is a little lower end. It's more of a costume piece. But I do think it's really fun, and it's great at Dark Academia for people who just want to dress like Wednesday Addams all the time. It's a pretty nice piece. It is an extra large. If you're interested, this will go up on eBay. I actually find a thing about Wednesday too, since we're here. I love the Addams Family, and I thought I would love Wednesday, but I'm having trouble. I had trouble getting into it. So I know it's on multiple seasons now. So if you're a fan of Wednesday, what do you think about my coming in on like the current season and watching? Is that a bad idea? Am I going to be completely lost? Because I found the first couple of episodes didn't grab me, but I know sometimes shows need time to sort of find their footing, and maybe that's the case with this, because it seems like something I would love. I love Vampire Diaries. I love Pretty Little Liars. I love Addams Family. I love the Addams Family movies. Now I get it; those are broad comedies. So I don't know. Give me your thoughts if you are a Wednesday fan on what you think about whether I could watch it further in or if that's going to make a difference. Tell me. I also need, now I haven't looked this up yet, so somebody wants to tell me what it is. This was obviously in the Halloween section. Trick or Treat. I grabbed it because it was Netflix from 2022. So I don't know what this is. Is this just some funky Netflix? I feel like this is some Netflix cartoon that I am unfamiliar with. I will use Google Images to figure it out, but if you know, you can tell me before I get there. That'd be great. That's a really nice shirt too, very comfy. This was a very cool find. Come down a little bit here. This is a Shrek, that'll do donkey, really lovely hoodie, and it is official. It's got a really nice hood. It's kind of a lighter material. It's official Shrek. It's 2XL. Again, nice and roomy, from DreamWorks. It was $13.49. So if you're not familiar, Savers prices are a little higher than your normal thrift store. But I find, being a thrift shop aficionado, that I find higher quality items at Savers because of the price point. I think that they really do weed out the garbage, and I think things stay on the shelves longer because they are higher priced. People don't snap them up. Like if this was a $5 or $8, I think Goodwill it would have been $8. But I also always have a coupon. So in this case, today I had a 30% off. So I thought that was great. I didn't look this up. This should be a $25 shirt or so. There are a couple of Shrek shirts I've had in the past that sold for insane amounts of money, $50, $60. I don't think this is going to go that high. There's a couple of them up, but it is a very nice shirt, and apparently Shrek has quite a fandom. Whoa! I knocked over a little baby there. I'm going to show you in a second. I want to show you this other item. It's going to be really hard because it's very big. But let me see what we can do here. So I picked up this dress, beautiful color detailing, sort of faux sweetheart cut here. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at this. And then miles and miles of tulle and lining. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece. I was attracted to it and then realized, because I did not recognize it, nice, good, sturdy zipper in the back, that it was Disney. Disney Parks, I believe, from that label. So I was confused because it didn't look like any Disney princess I know. Apparently it is Briar Rose, Sleeping Beauty, Aurora. I want to say it was listed as Briar Rose, but that's not Sleeping Beauty. So again, I'll look it up, but correct me. Feel free in the comments to correct me. It is a very high-end dress. It's kind of one of those Disney, more Disney bounding type outfits where you could wear this and it doesn't scream Disney princess, but anybody who knows will know it's Disney princess. And it's really well constructed. It was probably $100, several $100 dress at Disney originally. I know there was like a high-end Disney dress store at downtown Disney for a while. I have a Haunted Mansion dress that came from there. So maybe that's what this is, or maybe it's just a costume from, you know, wherever. But here's what's the thing. It was expensive. So Even Savers had it at $30. I didn't buy it the first time I saw it because of the $30 price tag. It does sell online. People have it listed at around $100, but it has sold in the $50, $60 range, depending on the size. What size is this one? It says 4L. That can't be right. This is an XL. That's a really nice size. So I kind of left it to fate and said, you know, if it's still there the next time I come back, I will get it. And I went back today with a 30% off coupon. It was still there, and I thought, okay, $30, 30% off coupon. I ended up saving $30 on the entire, everything I bought. So it was practically free. So so I had to pick it up. I buy a lot of Disney, but I also try to really stick with these higher end, like Disney things like this, unusual costumes. Like I left behind a dozen Disney princess little kids dresses and a Maleficent and all these things. This was special. So yeah, so this will go on sale on our eBay shop, and hopefully I can get it to a new home. All right. Now we're going to move in to some other items. Let me pull in. Speaking of Disney, let's come in here, here. And I'm going to move you just a bit. Hold on. Gotta come in a little closer. All right. The other things I bought. So I picked up this. Again, if you are a Savers shopper, you will know about the famous bag wall. I know a lot of thrift stores do this, but in my neighborhood, Savers is the only place that does that. These were in a bag together. I wanted this one, didn't really want this one. So Star Wars, obviously, bobblehead. If you are not familiar or always wondered why some Funkos bobble and some don't, my understanding is that when Funko went to get the Star Wars license, Star Wars figure license was already awarded to another company. So in order to be able to make them, they had to make them bobbleheads so they could buy the bobblehead license, not the figure license. Everything else is a figure license. I will not be keeping her. I will probably add her to a set of other loose Funkos that I always sort of seem to gravitate toward, and just after I get a bunch of them, I will list them on eBay in a lot. I'm an out-of-box person, so I think some people might buy it for that. But also, I know, wow, talk about like fans who take Funkos and repurpose them, repaint them, change them over into something else. Maybe not so much these Star Wars ones because they're kind of difficult, but oh my God, people who do that, I always wanted to have custom Funkos made. So anyway, so she'll go in a box with a bunch of other Funkos. This is what I bought it for. So this is Red from Pirates of the Caribbean. She is adorable. Look at the foot up. Again, Funko just knocks it out of the park. That little thing of her foot being up on that barrel is everything. All of her little goodies down here, the beauty mark. She's got a little bit of smudge at the top, like the paint is messed up. That could have come like that. Some of the Funkos do have little paint damage. I'm not worried about it. My husband can touch it up if it really bothers me. Look how cute her hair is. I am a sucker. I love Disney. I'm a Disney girl, but I'm really a fan for Disney rides, particularly the ones that have story, like Pirates of the Caribbean, like Haunted Mansion. Hold on to your, I'm going to lift you up 1 second and show you something. Don't get nauseous as we go up and over. That is just part of my Haunted Mansion collection. Those plates are Haunted Mansion blueprints, like the floor plans and other things over there. So I don't have a lot of Pirates stuff. There is a lot of Pirates movie stuff, but I'm talking about Pirates, the ride specific. So I saw her, I loved her, and I thought she'd be a fun addition to my Disney attractions display. Put her aside. We love her. Let's talk about this while we're in here too. So this is a Hardy Boys case files. Now I am about to put on my fangirl bromance fanfic writer hat. When I used to watch Hardy Boys on television when it first came out, I'm showing my age there. I'm talking about the one with Sean Cassidy and Parker Stevenson. The Hardy Boys, not the one before that was from Disney, and not the one after that was made in Canada. All great shows, but the Hardy Boys from the 70s. I adored that show, and I fanfic the heck out of that show because I always wanted to see it go a little bit further. I'm going to use the word adult, and that's going to sound wrong. Not quite so cute. Not quite so young adult. And they did that. In the last season, the third season, the show got decidedly darker. We murdered Joe's fiance, and they became spies, basically, for the government. It definitely hid that way. So the Hardy Boys Case Files books, which are known for this dark blue binding, you can spot them anywhere, and the color on the back. These are like third season Hardy Boys television show. The boys are older. They get involved in things that are much more dangerous. There's much more, and I can only use the word adult, sorry. But yeah, more adult situations. There's references to drug use. There's friends that get murdered, love lives that get murdered. There are girlfriends. There are, the angst level is fan fiction level in not all the books, but in a lot of these books. And as such, the bromance between the brothers, yes, bromance, that's all I'm saying, is really so much more emotional and intense in these books. They're not evenly written. Franklin Dixon didn't write them. That's a pen name. They're written by a lot of different people, and you can tell when you read them all. This is book 27. I swear there's like 40 some in this lot, in the set. If you can find them in good condition, they're worth good money. They sell, which is the only reason I haven't rebought them. I had them all at one point and I sold them. But this one's in terrible condition. You can see that this one was a library book and in lousy condition. But I thought it was worth buying because I just really wanted to read one again. Yeah, see here they're ducking from a gunman that's shooting at them, and yeah. Oh yeah, here they are saving Callie from some terrifying something happening. I do like Kelly, yes, plays a bigger part in these books too. I do like that character, and it was fun. Yeah, here you go. Frank and Joe glanced at each other. They'd always expected to go out with a bang. Instead, they'd go out with a whisper, shot in a gangland-style execution by the silenced gun of two bored killers. Yeah, like I said, these are, yeah, they're up there. If Supernatural was a Hardy Boys book, that's what this is. Or Pretty Little Liars meets Hardy Boys. Yeah, anyway, more on that. All right, last few things. These last few things all came from the cup and mug and glass row. I love that row in Savers. I don't know why, but I find myself attracted to the cup row all the time. I do not buy mugs because I don't need any more mugs, and I don't like to store mugs, and I don't like to ship mugs, but I love to buy cups. This is kind of a wild card. This is a metal water bottle. It was a promo for Samsung. My husband is a big collector of old electronics and media. Like, we have a reel-to-reel player, a Laserdisc player, 8-track players, and is a fan of certain brands like this. So I know that there are people who will collect things like Samsung, and for $1.49 minus 30%, I figured take a chance on that one. I'll be clear too, I don't look everything up because it just becomes too much. Mostly I buy on instinct. I look a few things up, but some things I'm going to buy no matter what. Like, for example, this Terrifier. It's Captain Spaulding, I believe. 2024 Dark Age Cinema LLC. Terrifier, a film by Damien Leon. Very cool, with the straight straw still intact. I don't think, I didn't look inside. It looks pretty darn clean. The bottom is hard to read. It does say Terrifier. Something more. I don't know if you can get it. I don't think you can. There's a little too much glare. So it is officially licensed. Terror something. That might be a clue there. Whatever that says there, that might help me identify it. Because I couldn't find it on a quick glance. But I thought it was really cool art. I do not watch these films. They are too scary for me. But, sorry, I am a fan of, like, Universal and Horror Nights and Not Scary Farm, and that's what this reminded me of. And I thought, somebody for sure is going to want this. $1.99 minus 30%, yeah. And along those same lines is a Chucky, really hefty coffee, travel mug. Want to play with the blood streak spatters. $1.99 minus 30%, and this is official Universal Studios. Now, I will say, when I first glanced at it, I thought it was sold at Universal, figuring it was, again, for Halloween Horror Nights. It does say distributed by Spencer's Gifts, which I didn't even know Spencer's Gifts still existed. So maybe they sell Spencer's Gifts at Universal. I don't know. Try a little bit there. But, yeah, Universal City Studios. But, again, it said Universal. It was Chucky. I don't pick up everything, again, Chucky, because it is very, very, very overly merchandised. But I thought this was kind of cool. And I thought somebody would want it, if not to drink out of, for display. The last thing I have to show you is another cup. This one I do not understand. I'm going to do more research. My quick research got me nowhere. So if you have any thoughts on this, let me know. It says Endor Forest Outfitting Company, 1983, with some really scary looking Ewoks. Like, they're like kind of not proportional or something. Like, those are frightening looking Ewoks. They look something out of the Outer Limits. Again, really nice ceramic coffee mug. Pretty clean inside. Doesn't look like it's been used. The bottom does have official Lucasfilm licensing. Star Wars. Do not microwave. Hand wash. 720 seems to be the company that made it. So I thought at first, hefty. It's all hefty. It's heavy, heavy, heavy ceramic. I thought at first that it might have been a Galaxy's Edge thing. One of the things I love about Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland and Disney World, I guess, is that it is fan immersive. Like, you go in there and the stores are not like you're buying souvenirs from Disney. They are like you are traveling to the various planets in the Star Wars system and buying things like the toys and the clothes and the uniforms that people in that universe would buy. So I thought at first that might be what this is, because it's Endor Forest Outfitting Company, and that on Endor there's a store that sells coffee mugs. But I don't know, that doesn't quite work. So I don't know. Again, if you know anything about this, it's very specific. I will do a little bit more research, but if you know where it came from, it doesn't have the Disney logo. It does just have Lucasfilm, which makes me think that it's older, because doesn't all Star Wars now have the Disney logo as well? I don't know. But yeah, the art was kind of weird. $3 minus the 30%. I thought, if nothing else, my son, who's a Ewok fan, might want to drink coffee out of it if it doesn't sell. So yeah, that's what I got. So those are my items, my finds from Savers this week. I would love to hear about your finds. What Fanish goodies did you pick up this week for yourself or for resale? I always enjoy hearing about the things you found, particularly if you find them out in the wild. I mean, yes, you can always go to all the favorite haunts, Disney and Hot Topic and all of that, but when you go to a thrift store, an estate sale, garage sale, and find things in the wild, that just makes my little Fanish heart just go pitter-pat. So I'd love to hear about it. If you'd like to hear about more Fanish goodies that I find in my travels, like and subscribe. I upload when I have more to share.